Coach Nelson mentioned the visit me and my dad had with him. What he might not remember is he originally said he didn't want me to come to this school. In the middle of my summer, before my senior year, I sent him a tape of me playing basketball. Not well, I don't think at the time. You go all the way to the fourth quarter before I actually scored a point in the game. I got a letter back from the mail a couple weeks later saying, "Hey, thanks, you look pretty good, but we can't really use you right now." I thought to myself, okay, well, there goes the dream of being a college athlete. They turned me down at 2. So I went about my senior year, like a regular senior year, and my mom told me about in December, "Hey, how about you send that guy, that coach from Hopkins, another video? You're a little bit better now." Thanks, Mommy. It wasn't. So I sent him another video, and he wrote me back about 2 weeks later, and then called me and said, "Hey, my name is Bill Nelson. I'm the head basketball coach." I said, "Wow, it's great to meet you for the first time." I didn't expect this. And I remember after the phone conversation ended, I talked to my mom, and she said, "Well, who was that?" And I said, "Well, it was the men's basketball coach at Hopkins." She goes, "Oh, do you remember you?" No, I don't think you have any recollection of it. But at the time, he said that they would love to have me. I guess the recruiting class was a down year for them. one more 6'4", unathletic, inconsistent three-point shooter. So I came up here on a visit, and it was actually this weekend 5 years ago, spring fair, and I got duped into thinking this was a fun school. So I came here, and thankfully, to your forgetfulness, I've had the best 4 years of my entire life. And I can't thank you enough for that moment. I mean, without Hopkins basketball, I wouldn't have gone to Disney World for the first time. I wouldn't have gone to Rochester in the middle of winter. I wouldn't have been able to go see the beautiful Randolph-Macon. And I would never have seen Center, Kentucky. I think now I know where I don't want to live. Yeah, I mean, Coach Nelson mentioned it. He's always recruited the right kind of kid. I think my 4 years here, there hasn't been one person I wouldn't want to have hung out with, gone out with, and that just talk to on a regular basis. And I think that really speaks to the character of Coach Richardson, Coach Nelson, McCone, because they've always recruited the right type of guy, and that says a lot. There's a certain type of camaraderie on this team I don't think you can find anywhere else. I know all the players heard it. I'm not sure if the parents told your parents, but Coach Nelson said a couple times in practice he wants to coach a basketball team, not a fraternity. And even if it might have been a problem in practice sometimes, I think it's been a great off the court experience, and it's been wonderful. So I promised guys I'd share my favorite Coach Nelson moment. There's been a lot of them. Some good, some bad. I think the one I chose, my sophomore year we were playing in the Pride of Maryland tournament at Goucher. I don't know if you know, I'm the best basketball player in the world when I go to Goucher and I play with The Rock. That's a fact. But we were playing at Goucher, and we were winning the game by 4 against Salisbury, about a minute and a half to go. And Coach Nelson calls a timeout, and me, Sean, and Pat, we're jogging up the court, we're thinking to ourselves, what's he going to say now? We're up by 4. We expected a timeout call in the lane, but I think this was at half court. So we get out of bounds, we're sitting there, and Coach Nelson walks in the middle and just, "What are we at? Goucher?" Looks up at the scoreboard, and we look at ourselves, and we're like, oh, goodness gracious. We forgot which team we were. We ended up winning that game, though, so it was good. But it was, we gave Coach a hard time, but it's been a very fun and funny 4 years here. So I want to thank Tim, my fellow senior. You've always been a role model. You probably worked harder than anybody else on the team these 4 years. You're still doing flyovers and running more stadiums now than I did when I was in fighting shape. And the rest of the guys, the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors. It's been a real pleasure to be in the team for 4 years and fighting teammates. And I guess my challenge to you guys next year is to win the conference. It's pretty simple. I think you guys have the talent to do it. I know you have the talent to do it. You have a hard time making up for the loss of me and Tim. My points, Tim's energy. But I think you can do it. I think it's a bright future for you guys. I will be in Baltimore. I probably won't come to every game. Probably come to a few games. But yeah, I'm going to come to the Swarthmore game for sure. Because there's nothing I like more than watching the ghost of Leland Brody on the sideline. That capacity characters. And so I also promised the guys that my final thing I'd do my phone impression. I've done it a couple of times here in the locker room. Thankfully he's not here because he'll still won't know when someone says okay. Best cheesesteak I ever had? That's a tough one. finished this game, like I was watching Giorgio play. He did a move. It was like this. I don't even know. This dunked it on him. It was awesome. That's the best cheese stick I've tried on him. We head back to Philly to mean streets. You keep your friends close, but you bury your enemies. That's how we like to. That's how we like to.
Ha ha ha.